We're going to welcome in our first guest today. Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp is joining us now. And Rachel, you're one of those people that I don't often see in person. And as a matter of fact, you provide a lot of content for our evening news programs. And so I don't see you very often at all. It's such a pleasure to have you here today.
No, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So what are you doing in Erie? Because you normally live in D.C. and you do all of our political coverage from the nation's capital.
Yes, ma'am. So Congress is in recess right now, and so I really wanted to come check in on our stations, say hi to everyone, say hi to our viewers. So I'm going to be visiting our stations here and then our sister station over in Elmira, New York, WENY News for the week.
That's terrific. Yeah, so you do coverage for both of those stations. So you have to hit up different politicians depending on the issues that are going on in each of those areas.
Yes.
How challenging is that to catch up with politicians and have a sit-down conversation with them?
Well, some of them are really fast walkers. So,
yeah. Yeah.
So as far as catching them sometimes in the halls of the Capitol, it can be a little tricky sometimes. But thankfully, most of our politicians that we speak with, for example, our Pennsylvania congressional members, they're really great about making sure that our viewers stay connected with not only what they're doing, but also what they're doing in their each respective chamber. And so as far as, keeping up with everyone, it's really great because we have such a diverse congressional representation. We have our 2 Democratic senators and then some of our local congressional representatives, they're Republican. So really we get a wide range of perspectives on some really hot button issues.
Right.
So it's been real fun kind of grabbing everyone and asking them, hey, this is going on in Erie. What do you think about that?
What do you think? Can you comment?
Yeah.
And they're open and accessible to talking with you.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, really good. And so honestly, a lot of them were now on first name basis. So I hope so after 2 years. So.
Sure, yeah. So you've been there for 2 years. How did you end up in Washington? What's your background a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So always wanted to be a storyteller. I love storytelling. I think it is so important to make sure that we capture what's happening in our communities, and I just love meeting new people and learning new things about what's happening, and that turned into a job in journalism in North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, which is an adventure in itself.
Sure.
Did 2 years there, moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, spent 4 years there covering state politics and crime, fun stories, you name it. I mean, I was all over the place in New Mexico, and I really wanted to be on our nation's capital.
Yeah.
So I saw this opening, and I just had to take that chance.
And you jumped at it.
I am so thankful for it. It has been such a wild and fun experience in D.C.
So you grew up in Austin, Texas, I heard you say earlier today.
Yes,
and where'd you go to school then?
University of Texas, Hook
Okay.
'em Horns. So.
Yes. And so you were ready to make that leap from Texas to the nation's capital.
Yes, so Walter Cronkite actually went to the University of Texas, so I feel like I'm following in some pretty good footsteps.
Pretty good shoes,
We'll see how that goes.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, DC's great. I mean, it is just if you want to be a journalist, DC is like the place to be. I mean, it's so exciting, and there's fun things happening all the time.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a
What's the
better
most
place.
challenging aspect to your job?
Oof, I mean, other than deadlines, which I think, our people don't really know, but, we have to make sure that all of our content, because there's so much information all the time, we have to make sure that we water it down, but with so much perspective given, it's hard sometimes trying to make sure that we can provide this in a quick manner. So I think that's been always such like a quick turnaround, especially if, for example, if Senator Schumer is like, oh, last minute, 3 o'clock, I'm going to talk, and you're thinking, oh no.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not going to make my deadlines.
How am I going to get there? And the Capitol complex, I don't know if anyone has ever been there. It is a beautiful building, but man, it is a big one too.
Yes.
It's the building itself, and they have like these outside office buildings where the senators and congressional members, they have their own separate offices, and it is just massive. I mean, you have to wear the right shoes for sure. No heels.
But after DC. 2 years, you figured it all out, right? You
listen,
figured
no
out
heels. You won't catch me wearing heels over there. So.
Yeah, and then do you have a long commute to work?
I do like what the people do in DC, just metro, walk. So it's really accessible there in DC. So again, if anyone's trying to come and visit, see the Capitol, really accessible to come visit. And it's beautiful. It's hot right now down there, but.
And we're almost ready to wrap up, but what is your most favorite part of your job?
Oh gosh, wow. Learning something new, truly, because I feel like when I learn something new, I hope the viewers take that away as well, and that they get to learn something new or something interesting. And so that's my favorite thing is, if I learn something, maybe someone else can learn something too.
Yeah, that's terrific. Well, we appreciate the work you do for Erie News Now. You always have great coverage out of the Capitol for us, and we appreciate it. So it was really great to have you in-house here today, Rachel.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to see you too. Enjoy your visit with us.